Does that mean that the first thing we should do when we finish here today is phone your brother up and say thanks to him? All those Liverpool fans, all those Spain fans, because without him there'd be no Fernando Torres.
It's true, and after when I was 6, I started to play with my friends in the school, in the local tournament, and I started to enjoy a lot and keep playing until today. I don't stop.
There's a question as well from Aaron Borsari in Italy, who says, and he points out something that I think a lot of people have talked about, you seem to have adapted very quickly to English football, given that you came from Spain, you came from La Liga. Why is that? Why was it so easy for you to make the step and maybe even be a better player in England than in Spain?
Yeah, I think so. I think the football that I like and my condition is better to adapt to the English football than the Spanish. But I think the main thing, or the most important thing to play quick, good, is the supporting of my teammates and the manager and everything involved in the club. They make too easy my adaptation here. So I arrive, I just have to think in play football, and my teammates are asking me if I need something, helping me on the pitch, outside the pitch. So if you can be happy in the city, in the club, and just thinking in play football is much easier. So it's thanks to my teammates and the managers.
Here's a question that might anger one or two defenders out there in the Premier League, John Terry perhaps, Nemanja Vidic. Is it easier in England? Are these defenders easier to beat?
No. I think here in England we have probably the best defenders in the world, so it's nice to play against this kind of players, Vidic, Ferdinand, Terry, Carvalho. It's nice to play against them because you can test if you can play against, but it's very, very difficult and very hard because they are stronger than you, quicker than you, they have more experience than you, but it's a nice test to yourself to see if you can do something right.
You've been in England obviously for a number of years now. Which has been your favourite goal for Liverpool since you joined the club?
Well, it's difficult. I remember one against Arsenal, the Champions League quarter-final 2 seasons ago. For me it was special because the crowd, the atmosphere in the stands was unbelievable after that goal. And maybe it's not the more beautiful or not the most important because after that Arsenal scored the equalize and it was not a crucial goal, but I felt in that moment like flying at Anfield, scoring in front of the cup, an important goal was the most important moment for me.
We've got another question coming from Facebook, and it's from Gupus Semi, who asks, is it really true that when you played for Atletico Madrid you had an armband that said you'll never walk alone on the inside when you were playing for Atletico?
Yeah, it's true.
And why did that come about? What happened? What was the story behind that?
A long history behind. I have a group of friends, the friend that I had from always. My more close friends from the school, from the village. I always with them, and they was thinking about make all of us a tattoo, the same tattoo, and they decide to make. It's not "You'll never walk alone." In the armband is "We will never walk alone."
So it was a gesture of friendship.
Yeah, it doesn't matter when we are, always we will be together. So I say to them, I cannot do that tattoo because it's very close to a Liverpool legend or Liverpool important.
You can do it now.
Well, but I said okay. In my birthday, they give me a armband with that inside. Like okay, you can't do the tattoo yet, but you can put in your armband and play every weekend. That is the history.
Fantastic. We've got a question too from Tommy Oyumkinde, who says, how important has Rafa Benitez been in your improvement? How has he helped you improve your game as a coach?
Well, the first thing is thanks to him, I come to Liverpool because it's important when Rafa called me and asked me if I would like to join Liverpool, to come to England. I think it's important the manager call. Maybe if Liverpool had another manager, it's difficult to decide. But I knew Liverpool had a Spanish manager, a really important manager in the world. Some Spanish players as well will be easier for me to come, arrive, and be happier. And I think after, when I arrive, this kind of manager is always trying to improve the players, always in top of you, don't let you relaxing, always trying to 10 minutes more training, go with the ball against the wall and try to pass. every day he wants to do something different to improve the players. So I can't relax. He's every day trying to do something right, because he never say to the player, okay, you have done a very good game. Always say, no bad, but you have to improve that. You could have a trick, and always he goes against you and say, really bad game. You have to improve defensively. You have to improve the pressing and everything. So I like that, because he's pushing me to get me better player, and I have to say thank you to him, because he's a very important person in my career, and he will be.
Well, Rafa Benitez never says you've played brilliantly, it's always not
no.
bad, but the fans, they're quite a different case, aren't they? Fans are absolutely delighted with you. The relationship with the fans seems to be brilliant already. How much pressure do you feel now that you are the big idol of the fans, alongside maybe Jamie Carragher and Steven Gerrard? How much do you feel the pressure on your shoulders to be an idol and a superstar at Anfield?
I don't feel pressure at all. I feel quite happy playing at Anfield. I told before in some interviews, for me, playing in front of the cup and in front of the cup and scoring goals there is like the best feeling I can get. Close to score a goal in a final. It's unbelievable to see the crowd every weekend. Doesn't matter. Yesterday we played in Fiorentina. We were out of the Champions League. The crowd, the stadium was full, supporting the team. So it's a different supporter. It's you cannot find the same in anywhere. It's unbelievable. It's a good experience, and we have to be really pleased to come play every 15 days at Anfield.
That support from the fans, that love that the fans have shown you, seems to be really rubbing off on you, and that you seem to have really embraced Liverpool as a club. It's very interesting. You talked about Liverpool as a Spanish start. You know, lots of Spanish players. Rafa Benitez. Will it be a Scouse ending? Are you going to be at Liverpool for the rest of your career? Is this somewhere that you're really at home?
You never know what can happen in football, but it's my idea. I have 5 more years and hopefully more when that day arrives. But from the first day, I feel like at home. You normally need months or maybe years to stay in the hearts of the people. But for me, it was from the first day. I could feel that they liked my play, they were enjoying with myself, and I can feel not just in the pitch, in the street as well, and everywhere I go. I feel the supporting of the people, so I'm really, really happy here.
Of course, you've got the support as well of the Spanish fans, particularly after Euro 2008. We've got a couple more questions from the Nike Facebook page. And there's a question from Tan Torres, and actually there's a question from me first. Is he your brother? I don't know who Tan Torres is, but he's emailed in. And he wants to know the boots that you wore in the final of Euro 2008, with which, of course, you scored the winning goal against Germany. Have you kept them somewhere special? Are they in a trophy cabinet somewhere?
Yeah, I have the boots at home in Madrid, in my parents' house. They have a lot of trophies and things about me, and I have the boot also there. It's not a normal boot. I have to keep, and in the future to, I don't know, show or maybe send to a charity, I don't know, are different. And with the time will be more important.
As you say, the time will be important, and there's still time for this Spanish national team to do an awful lot. You've won the European Championships. Next up, the World Cup. How do you see Spain's chances at World Cup? And in particular, were you happy with the draw? Were you happy with the way that the groups came out for Spain?
Oh, not really. It's not a bad group. We need, or we must stay in the next round, because we have now pressure, because we are the Euro champion, and it's not a difficult group. You never know. You have to show respect for the other teams. But I think the next round will be really, really difficult. Portugal, Brazil, Korea, or Ivory Coast. But if you want to win the World Cup, you have to beat any team. So we have to be ready, and we'll see. It's difficult, I think. We felt that in the Confederations Cup, we lose against USA, and we were out of the competition. So if you have one bad day in the World Cup, you are out. And we want to approach that chance. We have a fantastic squad, fantastic player. Maybe it's our chance in the next 20 years. We have to be ready for that World Cup. Maybe the next one. A lot of players who are playing now, they are not playing in the future. So it's our chance. We have to try to get the trophy back.